Hello, my name is Eric Dieno. I'm a contractor, general contractor, licensed and insured. I've been doing carpentry for around 14 years. My father's a carpenter, and I wanted to give a review of my brand new Hurricane Harbor Freight miter saw 12-inch. A lot of reviews are not from, I don't feel like they're just like anybody out there that gets a saw. Well, they don't really know what it's like to use a saw day in and day out for making a living. So I'll go over why I bought this saw. It's going to be my dedicated shop saw. I have a Makita for everyday use, but it's battery powered, and I wanted to have a little more capability, and I really liked a lot of the features on this saw. I'll go over some of the things that I like and dislike about the saw. Some of the dislikes that I have about the saw are this screw handle compared to the lever that you see on a DeWalt. I actually find that this is not a big deal for everyday use if you have really good detents. This thing really locks in place. My Makita actually didn't. I had to modify it for whatever reason out of the box. It had a little bit of play, but it's very easy to get used to. I don't really like to have to do this. If you're making 200 cuts a day, that does add up. But as a carpenter, I'm normally cutting 0 degrees or 45 or 22.5. So if you lock into your detents fine, then it's not a big deal. But from using DeWalt's all the time, I do like to lock down my, whatever this thing is called. I like to lock it down, but not really necessary, and I actually wore that out on my DeWalt. I'm finding that it's a little bit hard to get used to the light. I'm used to my laser on my Makita, which is like dead on, but I will get used to it. The blade is not a Diablo. It has a little bit of wobble to it. I will end up replacing that with a Diablo after it gets dull. I need my blades to be not wobble because it just feels weird, and it cuts funny, and it's gonna blow out on hardwood. I think the dust collection kind of sucks on this, but it's very similar to the DeWalt, so that's not a big deal. My Makita has the dual dust collection, and that thing's awesome. You can run it inside, but this is going to be my dedicated shop saw for in my garage. The bevel adjustment I think is better than most saws because it's simple. My Makita has buttons on both sides. I have no idea what they do, and I'm not going to figure it out because it's not fast enough for me to try to figure out all that crap. Where this is very self-explanatory, which that's what you need in a saw. You don't need it to be like you push this down twice, push that down 50 times. I'm not doing that. I need it to be quick and simple because I need to explain it to other people on a job site. And if it's really complex, they're not going to be able to do it either. And if I have to learn it, that means I got to teach it to them. That's just too much time. This is simple. I like what they did here. This is a clone of a DeWalt, but they did make improvements. This is a huge improvement. The DeWalt is like back here. I don't see why you would do that. I do like on my Makita, this table that moves is the whole thing. That's sweet, but this is adequate for what this saw is designed for. It has very little. And I was going to get one of the Bosch, and they have play in it. I don't know where that play is, but this definitely doesn't have any play in it. And the reason being is because they copied a proven saw. They copied a DeWalt, and there's no shame in that. They made it slightly better. It has 300 more RPMs, which doesn't sound like a lot, but on a 12-inch blade, that's huge. That's going to make you have way more cutting, just cut faster. I have a big DeWalt also, one of the old generations, which a lot of people feel is better. I think it's like a 15-year-old saw. That was my father's, which I left at his garage for him to use, but that thing does not cut as good as this. I mean, there's big improvements that they could make to this, which would be the dust collection and having a little bit bigger table rotating. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't come out to here. It just makes it easier for you when you have those big pieces to adjust them. Larger the surface is, more accurate you're gonna be. And you guys, I'll show you the saw I use every day, and I'll show you why I'm not gonna use this every day. And people will laugh, but this is the saw I use every day. And you can see it is destroyed. It's still very accurate, but it's light, and that's why I use it every day. And for the most part, most of my trim, this fits with it. It doesn't have double bevel, it doesn't have sliding, and that's all for a reason. This lever, this is made from steel. Like, I had to remake this. The fence broke, it's just a piece of wood. The latch going up and down has broken. So this is what happens when you put a saw in the back of a van every single day. It gets beat up. Every pothole you hit, this thing jumps up, and these things get thrown around. And for them to stay accurate, they have to be very simple. That's why I use this saw every day. That's why this saw is not going to go in the back of my truck. It's going to stay in the shop, because it will eventually become this, where everything is broken and everything has been abused, and it would not stay accurate because it has these rollers on there. And I'm going to keep on using this saw until it's totally broken, and I'll probably replace it with another DeWalt. You really can't beat this. This is a 10-inch saw. You really can't beat it for day in and day out performance. I'm going to do another review. I'll show you my Makita and all the downfalls with that. It's battery powered. I mean, I find that I go through one set of batteries for trimming out a house, and the saw is very accurate. But I'm not crazy about it. I want something 12 inches, and I want something that's corded, and I want something that's simple, and I'm used to using a DeWalt. So that's why I like this saw, because it's a clone of a DeWalt, but I didn't want to spend $500 on one that has the light, because you can get the $350 DeWalts, but they don't have a lot of the features that this saw has. And with that 300 RPMs more, that's a big deal to me, because I really feel like when I'm cutting big timbers, or I do like decks, I'll use a saw like this. It bogs down. Now, how accurate this saw is going to be doesn't really matter, because it doesn't have compliance in these rails, so you have the adjustability. Where in the most cheap saws do not have adjustability. They don't have this stainless detent collar, and we can go, I'll show you guys that. This is that detent collar. It's adjustable, just like a DeWalt, like it's a clone of a DeWalt. And you're gonna have adjustability. I haven't found the exact adjustments for the bevel, but I'm sure it's back here somewhere. Or maybe it's not, I don't know. Well, I'll do a video of my shop at some point. Well, everybody, like and share.